Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. This is the Crypto Crow. And today we're going to talk about a bunch of different stuff. We've got a lot of things I want to discuss here. Number one, we've got a paid segment for EcoWay, which has a pretty interesting twist on mining that you may very well be interested in. I've got an announcement to make about something I've been working on for months, and now it's time for you to get involved. We're going to talk about Crow Trader and the trades that have been made. We're going to talk about Cardano scalability, what's coming throughout the rest of 2022 in terms of Cardano blockchain scalability and what that means to you. And we're going to go over Bitcoin's price and where I think we're going, because quite frankly, I think we've got another leg down coming. So we're going to go into that a little bit. And then I've got a couple of news articles, and then I've got a final segment on a new exchange that's launching. It's also a paid segment for the end of the video. So make sure you don't go anywhere, because you're going to learn some stuff probably. So here we go. So the first thing we're going to start off with is EcoWay. Now, this is actually a pretty interesting thing. I'm going to go through their white paper a little bit because I've never seen anything quite like this. I'm not really quite sure how to take it, to be quite honest with you. What is EcoWay? EcoWay is one of the largest ecological farms in Europe for mining energy-saving cryptocurrencies of the future. So, current stage of distribution, public sale number 3. The price of this token is $10. Their supply is pretty low though, but $10 at the launch or like funding stages of a project sounds crazy high. But I guess ultimately it depends on the overall goals of this thing. So let's go into the light paper a little bit. I'm just going to read some of this stuff directly. With EcoWay, users can access mining of ecological cryptocurrencies without the need to build their own infrastructure. Users who own ECY tokens and stake them on the EcoWay platform are granted rewards in the form of virtual currencies. EcoWay team members are some of the most experienced and proven architects and builders of cryptocurrency mining solutions in Europe. We have been mining Ethereum from the very beginning, and last year we saw a huge opportunity in the market with the introduction of a new green protocol based on proof of space-time consensus method. Have any of you ever heard of this before? Proof of space-time? This is a new one on me. It's a breakthrough consensus method used by Chia, a protocol introduced in early 2021 by Bram Cohen, who previously created the hugely popular peer-to-peer BitTorrent protocol that constitutes more worldwide data bandwidth than the usual FTP. Fully operational, scalable infrastructure. We immediately started working on creating a fully functional, large-scale farming, mining infrastructure utilizing this new protocol. And now, a year later, we present you an opportunity to reap the benefits of proof of space-time farming. Our current infrastructure consists of 170 plotters, which those are like the little disks inside of hard drives, right? 2,500 drives, 10.1, what is that, a petabyte of space? Like, I'm not even sure what PB stands for. It's a hell of a lot more than a terabyte, I know that. All highly scalable, automated, and managed by our proprietary software. We are focusing both on its further optimization to make it the most efficient and environmentally friendly, and its further expansion in terms of size. This is all interesting because it's all brand new to me. This is where it gets really interesting. Proof of space-time is the first new Nakamoto consensus since Bitcoin. It removes the heavy energy requirements of proof of work consensus and embraces the current energy trends and sustainability. Chia is seeded onto the disk space in the form of plots, which are basically huge files containing cryptographic data. The whole process uses the fraction of the energy needed in traditional mining and is a perfect solution for the current worldwide push to restrict the energy-heavy crypto mining methods. Here's the thing I'm going to say about this. I don't know anything about this project, but just in this light paper, they're so right, because we are being forced into so much climate change, climate awareness, all of these like ESG standards, all of these things associated with the climate, global warming, so forth and so on. And I know that, I mean, you know, think about it. How much hardware does it take to mine up Bitcoin? How much hardware does it take to mine up Ethereum? And these are like already, these are pretty much like old technologies. And so we're using old methods for mining up old technologies. And, you know, proof of stake obviously is like, I'm pretty sure a much better way than a lot of this proof of work stuff. But this is something that's actually pretty interesting. And now, hold on. On top of the above advantages, EcoWay infrastructure gets its power from the partnered photovoltaic farm based on the same premise on the European Union territory. This year, China successfully developed a prototype for the World Bank's climate warehouse. It has already passed the test phase and is now implemented in 200 countries worldwide. You know, if you're into this whole thing, you should probably take a look-see and find out if this is something that you might want to get into. Total number of tokens is 30 million, with circulating supply of 22.5 million. Initial market cap of 5 million. Initial circulating supply of 609,756 with an initial token price of $8.2. So, you know, that was obviously in some of the first phases. And, you know, this is what I think it said it was phase 3. September 1st is the end of public sale number 3. Emission progress. 160,000 of these tokens have been issued already. So, you know, if you're interested in this project, check it out. The link, disclaimers, all that stuff will be in the description. I'm interested in at least learning more. I don't know anything about the technology they're using and what exactly that means. I might have to do a deep dive into the white paper sometime if I have some time. I see they have a Medium account. Yeah, okay. So there's plenty to read, plenty to learn. So check this stuff out, man. If you guys are interested in this, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments, because honestly, it could be a good deal. It could be something fun, exciting, could be a whole new way of doing things. But it sounds like, you know, I don't know exactly what all the use cases for the tokens would be. So that hasn't been, I don't fully understand that yet. So, EcoWay, check it out, ecoway.org. Now, for those of you who have been waiting, the Murder of Crows NFT collection is official. It is finally here. And there are 10,000 of these bad boys and girls in this thing. I am working stuff out. I've spent months really working on this, months waiting for the artists, coordinating a lot of that stuff. This is basically a collection of 10,000 crows, basically generated from a programmable script using 90 different traits. And these things are, they're cool. My wife loves these, and she's always telling me when she doesn't like something. I actually really like these, and I think they're funny. I think they're cute, and they're fun. I don't know why I have 2 bear market ones up here. I did this. I just finished building this site literally, like, I think it was last night or this morning. This is our roadmap for these. At 10%, basically, at 10% issuance, I'll break even. At 20% sell through, we will launch a merch line so that, at 20%, there's a good number of people out there that have these NFTs that like them, they're collecting them. The community's growing, and we want to make the community grow even more. So at 20% sell through, I'll end up basically creating a merch line for these. Now, at 40%, all of these are ultimately going to become VIP passes for my Cornucopias land. Now, I'm working on a deal right now with Cornucopias. I can't go into a big detail yet, but one way or another, I know I'm going to have a custom dome. And in that custom dome, I am going to, my plan ultimately, like this says, is I'm going to have live streaming events. I will have exclusive live streaming events, Q&As and things with just me and everyone in the dome, everyone that's holding these. And ultimately, I do plan to have live streaming events and DJs and things like that, and a lot of other stuff. I plan on doing fun things in the Cornucopias metaverse with the lands that I have in the game. And I definitely am going to have these NFTs play a role in a lot of that stuff. I've already discussed a lot of those things with the Cornucopias developers. They're like, we're totally happy to make whatever work, whatever you want to do. We love your ideas. So there's going to be stuff coming. Now, at 60% sell through, we're going to launch a private Murder of Crows online community. This is going to be, it'll be a part of this website. You're going to have to be holding the NFT to get access to it. And we're going to talk about a lot of different cool things in there. And I have a lot of ideas, but this is going to be a private community where everybody will be able to kind of share their thoughts on whatever it is we're doing. Because the way I see this NFT collection is, if it does well, let's say it were to miraculously sell out, then the opportunities for what's to come next could be just about anything. And one of those big anythings is this secret utility. And I don't want to go into this yet because it's something that I've had in development for a while. It is a social media platform. I can say that. I'm not going to say what it's called. I'm not going to give an address or anything yet. But this is something that it's going to be built on the Cardano blockchain, and it's going to be there's so much to it. It's hard to explain, but let's just say that I plan to utilize these NFTs to give the NFT holders first access to this platform, and with that, they will be able to basically create groups and obtain. If there are particular keywords, usernames, things like that, basically the people that hold these NFTs are going to get first crack at all of it. And I'm actually really excited about this, and I want this to be a strong community based around Cardano, these NFTs, and the various use cases that I'm able to implement over time. I have a game in development that I just got a big update with. I just watched the whole playthrough with my game. And it's going to be pretty cool. Now, I don't know yet what these NFTs I don't know what kind of role they could play or if anybody would even care. So I'm not putting that in the roadmap yet. But I have a lot of ideas, and I'm sure a lot of you guys have a lot of ideas, which basically says at 100% sell through, if this NFT collection goes and it sells through and everybody's collecting them and loves them and the community's bustling and rustling, then we're going to seriously sit down and we're going to discuss what the big next use case will be. What can we do with these NFTs that everyone will love and appreciate? Majority rules. And that's kind of where I'm at with that. And so, I've got a little frequently asked questions thing here. These are the team. There's of course me. This is my artist. He was my artist in this project as well as some in the past. My colorist, who same thing. He's worked on this and other things. And then Nibiru, he told me I spelled his name wrong. But he's been my technologist, my developer for Crow Trader Bot. Just all kinds of stuff. He's my full stack developer for my social media platform and all of that. And then this is where the merchandise will be popping up eventually. So if you're interested in this NFT collection, I highly, highly, highly encourage you to come to the website, click here, and just go and get added into the list so that you can be alerted to when these things go on sale. I'm not even going to bother putting them on sale until the community has grown to a point where I think there's a chance that it's going to do well. If nobody gets involved, then I'm not even going to bother. I mean, I probably will at some point, but I've got a lot of time. I've invested some money into this, and I have been waiting for, I mean, it's been, a couple years, and I'm like, I only want to do something when I have a reason to do it. And I think that these NFTs are going to grow in utility. I think they're going to grow in use case possibilities. And ultimately, I just think they're cool as hell. I really do. I think these things are awesome. I love them. I want to put them everywhere. And these are 3,000 by 3,000 pixels at 300 DPI. So people will be able to print these out if they want in high quality. And so, I'm just looking forward to this thing. Hopefully you guys take advantage and you get in and you sign up on the list. Nothing would please me more than to just start seeing names just popping up in that white list, because I'll feel like I'm doing something that everybody's going to really appreciate and enjoy. So if you like my content, if you've done well, and all of these, they're basically going to be 35 ADA. That's it. They're going to be 35 ADA across the board. There's not going to be any like, oh, this group's going to get some first, that group's going to get some first. They're just going to be 35 ADA across the board. That's it. What happens with them from there is what happens. So, yeah, I mean, hopefully you guys have some fun with this and we can really start getting a community bustling again, because it's the bear market, but this is the time to do things like this, to start preparing, to start planting your seeds and preparing for the coming years. So, that's that. Now let's take a quick look at the market. This is Bitcoin's currently priced out at 23,204, which has been up almost 13.5% over the week. Ethereum has been getting a pretty steady pump at 34.5% over the last 7 days. And primarily that's because of all of this hoopla about it's a bunch of stuff that's probably not going to happen. And if it does, I don't know if it'll go well. We'll see. But I mean, they just love to pump this anytime somebody starts talking about their, whatever. XRP is up 11% because it's at 36 cents. It goes up and down quite a bit. And this is almost like a ping pong thing. I mean, it's just up, down, up, down, up, down. Now, Cardano's up almost 14%, well, 13.6, currently trading at almost 50 cents. I saw it go up yesterday to I think it hit 52 cents, maybe 53. And I was like, okay, cool. But, the reality is I do believe this is going to be short-lived. Solana's at $43.22, up 17%. People are still all about Solana, and I think that Solana's use case, listen, man, the Solana's got a lot of money that they're throwing around. And I mean, they're throwing around tons of money in marketing. I know, because I've been pitched with stuff related to Solana. And I mean, who knows? Who knows what the future Solana holds? I mean, maybe things will start shaping up and it'll be more than what it is to me currently. I don't know. I know that there's talk of Solana and Cardano working out something, maybe a bridge or something like that. We'll see. I mean, listen, I'm not completely against it, but I'm Cardano all the way. Taking a quick look at Crow Trader. These are my current paper trades. I just added XRP. And I've been these are my paper trades. These are trades that I'm experimenting with particular strategies and things. And I think I turned this on a week ago when I did the first update. And if I click here in my USDC, which is basically my base pair for some of these, P&L this week over the last 9 trades, as you can see, is about $446.50. All right. And that's basically P&L over the last 5 trades is $61. And my last trade made me $10.02, 21 cents in profit. Now, these are all paper trades. This is just me experimenting with strategies and back testing. I turn on paper trading. And then when I see one of these perform well, like the Solana, I just turn it on into live trading. So as you can see, I just turned this Solana USDC pair on from my paper trades because it was performing really well, and it's already got into a trade, and so now I'm a Solana holder. Currently up 0.02%. This ADA USDC trade is currently down 1.35%. So let's take a look real quick at how this actually functions, because this is saying current P&L is down 1.36%. So it originally bought up here, and then as the price drops, as we get a big dip in price action, then it just continues to buy in over and over and over and over. And then it got another entry here, and now it's just looking for an exit. As you can see, entry price is 50 cents. Exit price at this point is 50 cents 7509, right? So, and then when it makes these trades, it just continues to DCA. And here's the thing too, it's made more trades than this, but every time my developer is getting ready to update something or I run into a bot, he basically wipes some of my database. So it's not looking like it's doing as much as it actually is. It's actually been doing really well. And because I'm pretty sure you can compare this to last video and there was more going on than there is now. But it is whatever. I've also increased my buy amount from $50 because that's why my gains have been really small. I'm making it's more to show percentage than anything, but I threw some more money into the account and now I'm trading at $200 a trade instead of $50 a trade, and I'm doing a 25 DCA. So one way or another, I'm gonna be cranking on this thing. So anyway, but that's how it works, and I let it go. I don't even bother with it. I really don't. I don't do much with it. I'll experiment with some back testing, and I'm still kind of playing around with these different paper trades. But with the market where it is, I'm just not 100% sure on what to expect at this point. You can see here, looking at the weekly chart, I got a pi cycle bottom confirmation here, and then we started to reverse from here. And a lot of people are going to look at this and they're going to be like, oh man, we got this crossover, we got that crossover, and you know, we're going to go up, we're going to the moon. And I don't really think so. I honestly do. I mean, there are a lot of reasons why I believe this. Some of them I can't even get into on YouTube, I don't think, without getting some kind of penalization or something. I just think we're going to have another leg lower. And I do think that now, if we were comparing this to the NASDAQ 2003 on charts, like I have been, this looks like we're just going to end up in this choppy kind of sideways activity. And, you know, maybe we do, and maybe this is the extent of it. And we've already bottomed out. I mean, technically here, you know, this is showing a bottom at around 20,000, 19 something or other. We've already hit all that. We've wicked all the way down to 17.5. And so, you know, the question is this 17.5, was this a bottom? And then this, everything else happening after that is confirmation that we hit that bottom? It may very well be. I've already started averaging in, so I don't really care. You know, like I say in videos, I average in. Typically, if I'm exiting a position, I'm exiting because I'm just done. I'm not trading, you know, in and out, in and out, in and out all the time. I get in at a good time. I try to get out in a good time. And if I'm unsure as to whether or not I want to get in or out, I'll average in and average out, and there's no shame in that. That's basically what I do. And, you know, I think we could have hit a bottom, and maybe we did get confirmation, but I'm still wanting to see what happens when this 50 and 100 moving average closes sometime in August, sometime towards the end of August. I want to see where we're at there, because it's likely we could go sideways after this. And then boom, come August, we actually have that final leg down before we officially bottom. Maybe we touch or wick onto that 300 moving average on the weekly, and then the bottom is in and confirmed, and then I go all in. And that's what I'm waiting on. I'm fine with averaging in here and there. I mean, I'm basically averaging into my Cardano, and I'm throwing it up on the Crow node. And I'm, you know, if you're not delegated to the Crow node and you're earning that passive yield, I don't know what you're thinking. I don't even care if you've got 100 ADA sitting on a wallet. Stake that to Crow node, man. I mean, I've had that node running longer than most. It's still purring away. It's still producing a good return for people. And yeah, it's time to come back. If you start averaging in, just start staking it to Crow node. It's CROW, just stake it. At one point, we were at like 90 something % oversaturated. And, you know, and then the market changes, everything happens, and people start pulling out, and that's cool. But when you come back, you know what I'm saying? I miss you guys. So yeah, that's that. Now, if we're looking at this here, you know, this is telling me we're going to get a pullback to some degree. Cardano, this is on a Bollinger Band here. Cardano's dipping down a little bit. You can see, where do we get to here? I know it was higher than 50 cents. We hit higher than 50 cents. Because I watched it. And I told my wife, I'm like, oh, look, we're back up after hitting like a low of 43 or something. Well, this is 47. I'm not even sure what time. Yeah, this is on an hour chart. No wonder. Yeah, because I mean, here we are, July 17th. We were all the way down to like 44 cents. That's what I thought. So yeah, this is just an hour chart. And, you know, I just think we're probably going to continue moving back down a little bit. And we'll see what happens this weekend. Maybe we get a pump, but I'm not sure. In other news, the SEC has struck once again. Dun, 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 dun. The SEC has basically said that there's a list of 9 different tokens classified as securities on Coinbase. And Coinbase does not like it. And Coinbase is basically going back to the SEC and they're saying, will you please give us something real that we can work from? This garbage from the 30s isn't cutting it. And you guys are so vague and we're regulated. And we've been here a while and we're doing everything we can. Why won't you just make it easier for us to figure out what's what so that we don't run into situations like this? And so we'll see what happens. But the tokens that are basically being called out here, the tokens categorized as securities in the complaint were Flex's AMP, Rally's RLY, Deriva Dex's DDX, XY Labs XYO, Rary's Capital RGT, the Liechtenstein Crypto Assets Exchange LCX, Powers POWR, DFX Finances DFX, and Chromatica Finances CROM. These all sound like BNB type tokens, or I'm guessing there's some sort of DeFi token. And the SEC doesn't like it. And they're like, no, these are securities because they're being sold and they're probably, I haven't even read this whole thing. I can only imagine what they're sold or what their reasoning is. But if you sell a token and it's like, yeah, you're going to earn dividends and you're going to earn other, you know, speculative yield, it's probably some sort of security. I mean, there's, you know, so that's that. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I would love for the SEC to, the SEC is getting geared up, man. I mean, they're going to start launching some significant regulation. I think they're going to start issuing some more clear pathways to what's good and what's bad, and you know, what's a commodity, what's a security, and all of that. I think they're already starting to flesh some of that stuff out. So I think it's coming. Now, 11 ways Cardano is going to scale in 2022. This is a pretty extensive list here. Let's take a look. See, smart contract capability is now deployed on Cardano. Sort of. The primary objective was correctness. Now we're focusing on performance and scaling. Blockchain increase from 64 kilobytes to 72 kilobytes. The bigger the block, the more transactions it can carry. Block size was recently increased by 8 kilobytes to 72, a 12.5% increase. This happened months ago, though. Further increases will be applied over time based on ongoing system monitoring and overall network health. Pipelining improves block propagation times by coalescing validation and propagation. The goal is for blocks to be propagated to at least 95% of peers within 5 seconds by reducing the dead time between blocks. The block propagation overhead. This provides the headroom to make more aggressive scaling changes, such as increasing block size, increasing Plutus parameter limits. Input endorser. Input endorsers improve block propagation times and throughput by allowing transactions to be separated into pre-constructed blocks. This improves the consistency of block propagation times and allows higher transaction rates. Memory and CPU parameters for Plutus script enhancements. This is all going to be a lot of different things that aren't going to make a lot of sense unless you're a developer or a programmer, but you can read through those. Node enhancements. Improvements will help even distribution of stake and reward computations across the epochs, thus providing greater headroom for block size increases. Also, memory usage is now more efficient. Memory compaction reduces RSS footprint, and memory sharing means we need less data instantiated. Yeah. Node version 1.330 from January of 2022 reduces peak load at critical points, including the epoch boundary on disk storage. And now this is where things get really interesting. And this is a lot of the stuff that I'm really waiting on, because this stuff is going to help substantially. This is what's going to make Cardano ultimately competitive with things like Visa. All right, let me see. All right. Side chains. A side chain, everybody knows what a side chain is. Those are going to be significant. The Hydra is the biggest thing. Introduces isomorphic state channels to maximize throughput, minimize latency, incur low to no costs, and greatly reduce storage requirements. Hydra provides a more efficient means to process transactions off-chain while using the main chain ledger as the secure settlement layer. I did a video a while back where I calculated the potential for Hydra, and it was something like 86 million transactions a second or something like that. I can't remember. I think it was something like 1,000. Was it 1,000? 1,000 transactions per node per second. And you do the numbers, and then you multiply that over the course of an entire day. A lot of significant throughput, which is one of the reasons why this is an important video, because it's to really go over a lot of this stuff that one thing's going to support the other to support the other. And it's just, a chain. Oh, off-chain computing and Mithril. To achieve greater scalability, you need to address the complexity of critical operations that depend logarithmically on the number of participants. Mithril will improve chain synchronization while maintaining trust. The result, multi-signature aggregation that is fast and efficient without compromising security features. So there you have it. That's a big list. And I mean, all of these combined is going to create a pretty substantial upgrade to the Cardano blockchain as we continue further into 2022. And I can't wait, because I've got so much stuff being built on Cardano. I can't wait to see this stuff really start coming together between my game, my social media platform. My social media platform is really going to benefit from a lot of this stuff, which is why I've been in no real hurry to get this thing out and get it even talking about it yet. And at some point, I'm going to end up probably doing some sort of catalyst submission and see, does everyone agree? Do you guys think this is worth it? Because if Cardano wants to help, if IOHK wants to help bring this to fruition with the servers and everything that it ultimately is going to need to be as successful as it want, if it's going to be successful, I'm going to need help. It's basically what it boils down to. I'm not going to be able to handle it all on my own. So we'll see, but I just want to build it, and that's, and we'll see what happens from there. And finally, we're going to go into this. Now, this is an exchange I know absolutely nothing about. It is another paid segment that came in out of nowhere, and there really just isn't all that much information for me to go on. I mean, there's no real white paper. There's no real information. They gave me a couple of Cliff's notes, and that was all she wrote. And so, full disclosure and everything down below, but quite frankly, I don't know a whole hell of a lot about this platform. And there are so many exchanges, and I tried to pull this up on CoinMarketCap and say, hey, what do you guys have? What's your volume? What are some of the key metrics associated with an exchange, so I know whether or not it's something that I would use? They're not even listed on there yet. So I think this might be launch day. I don't know. I'm just speculating. I have no clue. But I'm just trying to be completely transparent. I know nothing about these guys. I don't know anything. I don't even know where they're based. I have no idea. They gave me none of that information. So obviously I'm telling you all that for a reason. I just want you well aware of the situation. Buy, trade, and hold 60 plus cryptocurrencies on Yellowmoon. This is the interface right here, which is pretty standard. I mean, honestly, it looks like, a lot of crypto exchanges, they all look pretty similar. They do have send a message support. It looks like, was that Jovi, Jive chat, something like that. And I was trying to look at, pending orders, ask pending orders, bid pending orders, trying to get an idea as to the potential volume. It has some, but it's kind of slow moving from the looks of things. I mean, these order books aren't like purring away. So I don't know. It might be an opportunity for some arbitrage, perchance. I don't know where their liquidity pipelines are coming from. I don't know anything. I mean, it's really difficult to promote and talk about exchanges because I just, I don't have a lot of that information. But let's take a quick look at the fees and limits, because this is a pretty big deal for an exchange. And, I was looking at this earlier and I'm like, okay, I mean, it really doesn't look bad. I mean, their fees look pretty decent for the most part. UST and Bitcoin 0.01%. I mean, nothing we haven't heard of a million times. Transaction commission taker. So your maker fee is a lot less than just half your taker fee. So if you're listing something for sale, if you're listing, UST to Bitcoin or whatever, then you're going to pay 0.01 transaction fee, basically trying to put in a limit order to sell something. And if you're taking it, if you're the one buying it, you're going to pay 0.02. Maker fees are generally half or significantly lower because they want people to go in and use their platform to sell their crypto. And, so yeah, that's cool. That's all fine. Deposits and withdrawal fees. BNB token, 0.15 BNB token for withdrawal fee on that. Hex, 250 USD coin. Is this 50 cents? I'm assuming this is 50 cents. I'm not 100% sure. Is it 50 cents or, yeah. Shiba Inu. Wow. It's going to cost you 2.3 million Shiba Inu as a withdrawal fee. So if you've been stacking, I guess there you go. Matic token 32. I'm not even sure how this is accurate, honestly. Isn't Matic token it's gone up there. Waves, WCT, Waves Community 0.02. Crypto.com coin 120. I don't know. I don't know what, this doesn't make much sense to me. I don't know if there are decimal points that are supposed to be in here that aren't, but that's just not making sense. Chainlink token. If I want to withdraw my Chainlink, it's going to cost me 3 Chainlink. I don't see that. I don't think that's a thing. I could be wrong. It could be what it is. I don't know. I mean, these guys are brand new, so I have no idea how competitive they are with things. Deposit and withdrawal limits. You've got your daily withdrawal limit, and then you've got if you've passed your verification, withdrawal limits goes up quite a bit. So, I mean, that's Yellowmoon. I mean, if you guys have an interest in checking out, I mean, I know that there are people out there that love to check out brand new exchanges that are getting going to see if there are any new deals, if there are any arbitrage opportunities and that sort of thing. Maybe this is what you want. Get registered. There's a little guide here in the frequently asked questions you can check out. But yeah, sometimes paid segments come in and they don't really give me a heck of a lot of information, and there's just not that much to go by. So I'm kind of like, well, I'm not sure what to do. I mean, it could be cool, but I don't know a whole heck of a lot about it. So yeah, check it out. It's Yellowmoon.one. That's spelled out ONE, Yellowmoon.one. I'm not saying anything good or bad. There just isn't really a whole heck of a lot of information for me here. I would love to see kind of some sort of white paper, something that's telling me, why is this better than the rest? Where are you based out of? Where are you regulated? Or are you not regulated? Like, give me some more details to chew on here so that I feel a little safer. Because this could literally be anyone, anywhere, and I don't know how much I like that. So I don't know. I mean, check it out. Do some due diligence before you put your money anywhere. But if it works out and you think if you like it, maybe there's a good arbitrage opportunity for you that, may be worth the risk. Who knows? But always be cautious, always be careful, and always crow your coins. And I'll see you again real soon. Super soon.